How do my actions, habits, and beliefs impact a child or youth in my care? Why are resource parents expected to expand their cultural humility?
So by being a foster mom, I know I'm not going to save the entire world. I can't foster everyone or adopt everyone. However, I know I can have an impact on that one child that is in my home. And that even if that child is in my home for a day, that hopefully for that day that they're in my home, they are seeing what it's like to be loved.
I think it's important for the child to learn that even parents or adults are going to make mistakes. There has to be room for being able to look at a role model and say, okay, they fell flat on their face. How did they get up? How did they deal with that mistake? What you do when that happens as a parent really does set the course for that young child.
But for the teenagers especially, what kind of sheets do you want? Let's go get you some new sheets that might match your bed. Or do you want any posters in particular in your room or things you want to put up? I'd encourage them at visits if they want to put pictures up on their walls from their visits with their parents. Or that way, it's their space. This is them choosing what they want it to look like.
Cultural humility really does set a good example for the entire team. If I had someone come in and I wasn't really familiar with their cultural identity or their ethnic identity, the first thing I would do is tell them that. Be open and honest about it, because I'm showing my own humility, first of all. And second, I would ask them, if you're okay with it, I would really love to learn about your experience. Please teach me as much as you can, and that's going to help me to help you.
There's a very high probability that they may already feel invisible, unseen, unheard, and culture or a sense of identity could be the only thing that's still holding them as a sense of identity. So if a resource parent can support that, honor that, even if it's something they don't understand or they don't agree with, it allows a young person to still have something to ground themselves on.
In order to value and honor the child's beliefs and their culture, even if you don't know about, their culture, there's always resources in your community. There's always resources in the state of New Mexico. Reach out. These children are already in such a vulnerable and volatile situation, and so you should do everything that you can to learn and be able to support them with just being who they are and being proud of that.
You have to come into a situation or this type of partnership with a young person with a complete open mind. You may not agree with something, you may not understand something, or something might go completely against your values, but you have to remember, even though you are in this partnership with this young person, it's not just about you, it's about your young person.
We live in this huge melting pot that is New Mexico, and so there's lots of different cultures coming in. I'm Hispanic, but every Hispanic family doesn't do what I do. So I would ask that child specifically, what does your family do? What is important to your family? And put the focus there, because maybe their family did things a little differently.
It's something that's going to constantly need to be learned. You got to understand that they're different, you're different. You got to meet them where they're at, and you got to be okay with that, because it's about them. It's not about you.